Okay, I think we are live here. And we're live here on Instagram too, are we? Let's just wait a few more minutes so we have more people in. Hi, Danielle, Fabiana. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this live. Hello, welcome. Hi, Walid. Hi, Yusuf. Hello, Valentine. Hi, guys. Welcome. This is my first live mainstreaming with other channels, guys. So please bear with me because I don't know if I'm doing that correctly, but hopefully so. So if you're watching me on Instagram, make sure you also follow me on my other social media, Facebook, YouTube, Tweet. I have just created a Tweet account and I'm live there too. So if you're watching me from any of those, make sure you also follow me on Instagram too, where I have my biggest account, and make sure you're following me there. Hello, everyone. Welcome. And today in this live, we are going to be talking about, hi, hi, everyone. Today, we are going to be talking about immigration to Ireland as an English student. This is actually my line of work, and it's the first time I will be talking about immigration here in my channel. So far, I've been doing English tips, ESL tips for students. I'm on TikTok as well, yes, but I don't have 1,000 followers there yet. My account is very small on TikTok. So please go to my account on TikTok, follow me there too, so I can also be live there and talk to as much people as possible. If you just look for Day Do Valley, it's DayDovalle, you'll find me on TikTok, on Instagram. You're in Instagram at the moment, on everywhere, guys, all social medias, okay? Right, so we are going to talk about immigration to Ireland as an English student. I had a story yesterday asking people if you want to hear about it, and I had a lot of positive comments and a lot of people want to talk about that, so that's good. And I also asked the nationalities because the visa criteria change depending on your nationality, okay? We are not going to stay here too long as well, so I'm going to do a briefing on what to do, from where to start. So we're going to stay here for about 10 minutes. So if you have any questions, drop them there on the comments, and I'll do my best to reply to all of you. Okay. And the countries that I replied to me yesterday. But before I talk about the countries, make sure you liked this live. And if you know anyone, any friend, anyone from a family member, send this live to them. Make sure they're also watching so they can ask their questions, please. Okay, so I divided the countries here. I had more countries, okay, but in the list, but just not to be too long. I divided them in 4 categories. The first one, I have a lot of people from India and the US. People from India and US or any other country where English is your native language, you cannot come to Ireland to study English because English is already your native language. So you cannot come as an English student. There are other options for you, so don't leave just yet. I will briefly mention about that. Hola, from Ecuador, hi. So yeah, India, US, any other country where English is the native language, you cannot come to Ireland as an English student, but there are other options. I'll talk about that later. And the second category, I had some countries here. The list is longer. I will mention some countries. This is the visa countries that need to apply for a visa before they come to study. Some of them are Palestine, Jordan, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, Syria, Malaysia, Turkey, Afghanistan, Sudan, Iran, Egypt, Pakistan, Venezuela. There are other countries, okay? The third one is the countries that do not need to apply for visa before coming to Ireland, which make things a lot easier. Brazil, for instance, Brazilians do not need to apply for visa before coming to Ireland. So they just need to come with the necessary documentation, and it will be much easier. I'll talk about the details later. So Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Mexico, what else? There are other countries as well. Most countries in South America, they do not need to apply for visa. There are about 3 countries that do in South America. Hi from Argentina. So yes, and also the other category, I had people from Portugal and Germany. Guys, if you're from Europe, or if you have dual citizenship, if you're a Brazilian like me and have Portuguese citizenship, which is very common to see, or Italian, whatever. If you have dual citizenship and one of them is European, you do not need to apply for visa at all. You can just come and study and do whatever you want. There is a certain time that you need to stay, but that's another subject for another video. So if you're European or from Switzerland, you don't need to apply for visa. You can come and do whatever. Oh, I just hit the microphone, sorry. Make sure, guys, you like that video before we continue, okay? So yes, these are some of the countries that commented on my story. Now, the options of study, the options of visa. There are 2 types of studies. There is the short stay, which is for less than 90 days, and the long stay for over 90 days. Depending on the nationality, you need to apply for visa. For countries that do not need to apply for visa, you can just come for a short stay, no visa, nothing, just come as a short study, and that's it. I won't focus on short stay today, because I think most of you want to know how you can stay here for a little longer as an English student. The long stay visa, for most people, is known as the study and work visa. Ireland is very famous for students that want to learn English, because you can work and study at the same time, which is one of the biggest advantages of studying in Ireland. I'll talk about that as well, the details of the work and study program. I just want to kind of break down what's needed here. So for Indians or people from the US or any other countries that are their English is your first language or your second or your native English, you can do a degree program, or you can take a bachelor's program, higher diploma, postgraduate, master's, doctorate. So there are other options for you guys, okay? Just English is not an option for you. For all other countries that do not speak English as a native language, you can come to study English for long term. The long-term visa for English students, they are valid for the visa, before I go to that part, I just want to break down what you need to apply for visa. Again, some countries need to apply for visa, some don't. So I just won't be able to separate them, the countries that do and the countries that don't. I won't be able to separate them now in the live, because it's going to be too long. But for all of them, you do need to be accepted in an English language school, which is recognized and which their courses are listed in the ILEP list. This is the main thing. So in order to study in Ireland, you cannot just be enrolled in any course. You have to be enrolled in a recognized course in a recognized school. So it has to be a good quality school, and make sure you know very well all the schools. So I've been working with immigration, bringing students to Ireland for many years as well, almost 10 years. There are many different types of schools in Ireland, so you have to know the schools very well, or talk to someone that knows the details of each school, that have been there in presence to see the school, to know the structure and the methodology and everything. So you have to be accepted by one of the schools. I'll talk briefly about the visa applying country. So if you need to apply for visa before you come to Ireland, you need to be accepted in one of the language schools that I just mentioned. This course has to be listed in the ILEP list. You have to have medical insurance, and you have to prove that the funds have been paid to the school. So the school will give you a acceptance letter proving that you have paid full fees to be accepted. You also need to prove funds. So you have to prove that you have enough funds to support your stay in the country. And this will change for visa countries, non-visa countries. For visa countries, up to today, the amount that you have to prove that you have at your disposal straight away when you're applying for your visa is 7,000 euros. So if you're from Turkey, from Sudan, Iran, etc., countries that need to apply for visa, you need to prove that you have 7,000 euros. And I have news. If you don't know much about immigration, immigration has just released some news about the amount of money that you have to bring to Ireland. So stay until the end. I will give you the details later. This will change. So, but stay there. Up to today, you have to prove that you have 7,000 euros at your disposal, or your sponsor as well. But that's another thing. Once you are accepted in an English language school, recognized, you have the acceptance letter, you have medical insurance, you have 7,000 euros, you have proof that you have this money at your disposal, you can contact the immigration office, the embassy in your country, the closest embassy from you, and you can start applying for your visa, start your visa application. You should start your visa application up to 3 months before you plan to, like if you're planning to make your trip in March, you have to start your application now in January. Depending on the nationality, it can take longer. Like if there's a lot, like from Turkey, for example, I know that it can take a little longer than 3 months because there's a lot of application backlogs because of COVID. A lot of applications were stopped. So, there's a backlog of applications being dealt with. So Turkish are waiting a long period of time. I think it's kind of getting in order right now, but there's still a bit of backlog. So 3 months is the minimum that immigration recommends you to apply for your visa, to start your visa application. And for the non-visa countries, thanks, guys. Don't forget to like and share this with your friends, with your family, whoever wants to come to Ireland as well to learn English. And for countries that do not need to apply for a visa before coming to Ireland, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Mexico, you do not need to apply for a visa before you come to Ireland. So this makes things a lot easier. There are news as well about the financial statements. So stay until the end to see that. So if you don't need to apply for a visa before, okay, but you also need to follow some criteria before you travel, because you cannot come to Ireland as a tourist. You cannot come here and say, I'm just touristing, and then decide to change to an English program. You cannot do that. You have to come as an English student already. So once you're crossing the border at immigration, you have to prove that you are here to study English. So you have also, the same way as the visa applying countries, you have to have an acceptance letter, a letter from the school proving that you have been accepted. Again, it has to be a recognized school. The course that you're enrolled to has to be in the ILEP list, which is the list, is who organizes the programs. So you have to be the course has to be listed in the ILEP course, the ILEP list. Right. Sorry, I was just reading the comments. Too much to talk and read the comments. Guys, I will come back to the comments later. I know I'm missing a lot of the comments there. Sorry, because I can't concentrate and read at the same time. So you need to prove that you have that you're enrolled in one of these courses. You have to show that you have place to stay, you have medical insurance to cover you for the entire period of the program. And you have also to prove that you have financial means to support your stay here in the country for your first months. Right. So once you're here in the country, both of countries, not both of countries, but both visa countries and non-visa countries, once you're in Ireland, you need to apply for your IRP, which is the name of the visa card that you will get as an English student. And the working study program is the program which I would say 95% of people come to study for a long term. Because with this program, you can study for 6 months, but you get a visa for 8 months. During these 6 months of studies, you can work part-time, which is 20 hours per week. And during the 2 months of holidays, you can work full-time, which is 40 hours per week. But your holiday months, they have to fall during the summer months, which is June, July, August, also September, which is not summer anymore. But in order for you to work full-time, your holidays from school have to fall on June, July, August, September, or also between 15th of December and 15th of January, which are the holiday seasons for Christmas, end of the year. So there's a lot of extra jobs opportunities available. So you're able to find full-time job during this time as well. So this program is really good because you can study for 6 months and you can have holiday time for 2 months. And also, if you don't want to work full-time, you can travel, and you don't need to travel all the time. During this time, you can also travel. You can travel during the weekends. You can travel during your holiday for a weekend. It's very easy traveling around Europe when you have a student visa. But again, if your country requires visa in other locations where you're going to visit, you also need to check your visa application there. So that's something else. Thank you, Osvaldo from Peru. That's great. Thank you. So the work and study program, okay, let's come back to this. You can also renew this course for another, or the visa and the course. You have to renew both, but it's kind of like one thing. From the USA, hi, Grace. As I said before, you probably wasn't here at the beginning, but if you're from USA, India, or any country where English is the main language, if your main language is English, you can't come to Ireland to study English, but you have other options. You can come to study other programs like a higher degree. You can do a bachelor, you can do masters, doctors. Okay, so there are other options of studies for English native speakers. Okay, so this program, this visa, this 8-month visa that everyone can get, even if you need a visa before coming to Ireland, or if you don't need a visa before coming to Ireland, all the students will get this 8-month visa. This is the work and study visa. Once you get to Ireland, you have to apply for your IRP card. And that's another process. I won't focus on that now. But you have, again, to show all the documentation that you have showed before when you applied for your visa, and some extras, but it's almost the same thing now. Once you get your visa, don't worry, all the rest is easier. And for those who don't need to apply for visa before coming to Ireland, they start freaking once they arrive here, because then they need to start applying for the IRP card. But once you're here in the country, once you enter the country with your documentation, don't worry as well. Like, everything will work out. You have to, once you arrive to Ireland, you have to start the process of IRP, of your study visa, and you have to arrange an appointment with immigration. So once you arrange an appointment with immigration, you have a date to go there. You start organizing your documentation again, and then you go get your visa. Actually, you go and then you get your visa at home by post 10 days later. Right, so this visa, this 8 months visa, you can renew it 2 times more. So you do your first 8 months visa again and again. This is for English studies, okay, guys? English studies. This is a total of 2 years. If you renew your course for 3 times, study the first time and renew it 2 times again, this is a total of 2 years. But remember, you have to be always improving you always have to be getting better with your English. Once you finish your school, you will get a certificate with your level. And when you go to renew your visa, you need to show that you the level that you have concluded on your previous school. So you have always to be going up. You can never regress. You have to be improving. So if you start on A1, next time you renew your visa, you have to be B1, B2, etc., any other level above. And also, if you study for 8 months, or even if you renewed another time, you studied a total of 2 years with 8 times again. So if you study a total of 2 years, you ended your limit of English studies. You can only stay in Ireland studying English for a total of 2 years. So that would be a total of 3 visas, okay? Once you finish that 2 years, you can also continue your studies in Ireland, but no longer as an English student anymore. You have, again, to go up. So you can do a degree. You can do an undergraduation course, or you can do a master's if you have already graduated in your country. So you can continue your studies, but you have to go to a higher grade, of course. Right. So then, if you decided to take an undergraduation course, for instance, and then you start your, let's say, your IT course in college, you can do that. So you don't need to go back to your country and come back. You can stay and just renew your visa as long as you're enrolled again with an university that is recognized. So it's basically the same process as before. You have to be enrolled in a school or in a college that is recognized, and then you have a different period of time to stay, because with college is different. And then for people like from the US, India, is the same process here. You come to study a higher education course. The period of visa is 1 year. So you have 1 year of visa to study. And then you have to renew again to conclude, because normally higher education courses would be between 3 to 4 years, sometimes more. So you can renew your visa again for the duration of your graduation course. So if it's for 4 years, you have to renew your visa 4 times, total of 1 year for each visa when we are talking about graduation courses or master courses, doctors, etc. Right. So this is also now what I waited to tell you the news. Let me just see before I tell you the news, because immigration has just released some information recently about the hold on a second, about the ways of money. So supporting yourself, how much money do you need to prove that you can study in Ireland? And that's what I want to tell you now. I just want to go back to the questions before I tell you that. Guys, sorry for, I'm just a little bit lost with too many open screens on my face at the same time. Okay, I can find the question. So I'm from the UK. Oh, thank you. From Ireland, can I participate in classes? Yes, anyone can apply for visa, guys. But again, unfortunately, not all countries, oh, sorry for shaking the screen. Unfortunately, not all countries have the facility of getting visa. Some nationalities could have a bit more of trouble getting visas, okay? It's difficult for some countries, as, it really depends. I don't know from the top of my head which of the countries have more difficulties on getting visas. But I can tell you, hello from Hong Kong. I've met people from Hong Kong before here in Ireland. A lot of people, the public that looks for this course mainly would be Brazil or South America in general. But of course, Brazil has a big number of people. So Brazil is the top of the list. A lot of people from Turkey, a lot of people from Asia in general. So China, Japan, Korea. Also, there is, for Koreans especially, there is a different type of visa, which is the working holiday visa. It's a visa that you can come to work, only to work, and you can study if you want. So you're not obliged to work. to study. But of course, study is the most important thing. So when you come to study in Ireland, which is oh, hello from Brazil, I am from Morocco, and I came to study English here in Ireland ages ago. That was my path. I came to learn English here, and it was the most important decision of my life. It really changed me as a person, and it changed my life entirely. So I don't regret one day of my life of making a decision of coming to Ireland to learn English. If today I speak the way I do, is thankfully to Ireland, to the methodology that I had in college, to the school that I had the opportunity of study for 3 years. And yeah, so I don't regret one day. And if you have the chance, the opportunity of coming to Ireland to study English, don't think twice. Just do it. Really, get out of your comfort zone. It will make a big difference in your life. You notice. Now, the thing that I wanted to tell you, immigration is raising the amount of money that you need to show that you can support yourself here in Ireland. So from the 21st of July of this year, 2023, if you are from one of the visa required countries like Turkey, Morocco, sorry, Egypt, Morocco too, any of the visa required countries, from the 21st of July 2023, you need to prove that you have access to 10,000 euros before you come to Ireland. So it has raised from 7,000 to 10,000. Now, if you're from one of the countries that do not require visa, like Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Mexico, you will need to show that you have at least 4,200 euros to prove that you can support your stay here in the country, okay, for the first months. What is it? Okay, I don't know what you mean. Hello from Brazil. Hello. What? Good evening. Hi. I do speak Portuguese. Yes, Portuguese is my native language because I'm from Brazil. I learned English here in Ireland, and that's what I'm here to talk about to you today. Learning English. Of course, guys, learning English now, it's completely different now from it was 10 years ago or 11 when I started learning, So at the time, 11 years ago, I didn't have all the different types of information that we have online today. And there's so many different ways that we can learn today in the comfort of our home, so it's today we have so many different opportunities, so it's amazing. But at 11 years ago we didn't, so I decided to come to Ireland to study English. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm talking to you today. If you can, and if you wish to come to Ireland to study, don't say it's difficult. Of course, now the amount is raising to 10,000 or to 4,200, but don't say that it's difficult. Take this word away from your brain. It could be challenging, but it's not impossible. So if you have if you want to do that, and if you can, just don't think twice. Come to Ireland, study English. It will change your life. Even if you just stay for 8 months, if you don't renew your visa, stay for 8 months, go back to a country, a whole new person. It will change you. It will change the way you see the world, because it did to me. Okay, so now if you're from Brazil or any known visa country, you need to prove that you have 4,200 euros from the 21st of July. Okay, so before that time, it's still 3,000 euros. After the 21st of July, it will go to 4,200. This is for countries that do not need to apply for visa before coming to Ireland. Guys, I think I overstayed. Oh my goodness, I think we stayed here for half an hour. I spoke a lot, and I think I gave all the small things that you need. So let's see everything again quickly. You need to be enrolled in an English language school, recognized in the ILEP list. You need to have medical insurance. You need to have 7,000 euros or 3,000 euros if you're coming before the 21st of July. After that time, you need to have 10,000 euros or 4,200 if you're from non-visa required country. And once you have your visa, you can come to Ireland and start your process here. And then after, when you're here, is a different process. We can talk about that in another live. If you liked, guys, this kind of subject, if you like this kind of live, sharing more information about immigration, different types of visa, how you can come to Ireland with different types of visa, etc. I'm specialized in study visa. Okay, but if there's any other type of visas that you guys want to talk about, I can give a quick research about that, because I just don't know it in depth, but I can talk to you all if you want. Leave in the comments if you want to talk about something else, the same subject, around the same subject, or any other completely different subject about English, and we can talk about that too. In my next live, I might bring more about how I learned English here, how I was learning English in Ireland, the methodology that I had in school. At the time, I studied in an amazing English school that had a different, unique methodology that I don't see nowadays in other schools. Maybe one or two other English schools in Ireland have this methodology. And unfortunately, this school does not exist anymore. But at the time, it was an amazing school. And maybe I'll bring something with that same kind of methodology here in Ireland, or in my online course that I will be launching soon. So if you want to learn from the comfort of your home as well, if you want to learn from your country, you don't need to, again, as I said today, there's so many different options that we can learn English from home. So if we can't travel, that's okay. There are other ways and it's possible, okay? I will walk you through it if you need to. Also, if you want to have a consultation, if you want to talk about immigration, if you're planning to apply for a visa to come to Ireland, you can book a consultation. There is a fee for that as well, but send me a DM and we will schedule a chat between yourself, myself, and a visa immigration officer, so we can all talk about your visa application, and we have a chat with all your questions and all. So send me a DM if you want to know more as well about that, if you want to schedule a chat, okay? Okay, I will save the live on my feed, don't worry. Greetings from Mexico. Hello from Mexico, guys, thank you. What do I have? I don't know, what are you asking? Sorry. Any questions, guys? Any final questions? Because now I'm here looking straight into the questions, and I can concentrate more, because when I'm talking, I can't concentrate on what I'm talking and read at the same time. So if you have any questions, this is the time, guys. Questions? I'll give you a few minutes for any questions. If there's no questions, I did not give English classes, no, but there will be a course coming up soon, Carlos. Hi from Brazil. Hi, Paulo. Guys, thank you very much for watching. My screen shaking, sorry. Thanks very much. If you're watching there on Instagram, make sure, please, you subscribe to my YouTube. Guys, I have about 600 something followers on my YouTube, and I need 1,000 followers on my YouTube in order to be able to monetize my channel. So please, if you can support my channel so I can start earning something from this, because so far it's all free from my heart. So if you can help me monetize my channel, go and follow me on Instagram. I'll have some English classes there soon as well. So please do that. It's Daido Valley, like here on Instagram, DAY Do Valley, VALLE. Follow me on Instagram. I also have an account on Tweet now, which I'm live there too. I have an account on an account on Facebook. I'm everywhere. Also, I'm on TikTok, but my TikTok is very small still. So if you want to go and support me on TikTok too, then I'll be able to do lives there. I can only do lives on TikTok if I have 1,000 followers, and I am far from that. So if you can help me, go to my TikTok account, follow me there so I can do a live video from TikTok as well. Guys, what do you speak? I don't know what's that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your support. Please follow me on all my channels so I can start doing more content there as well. Thank you. Thank you. I love doing this live with you today, guys. I love all the love and thanks for sharing and asking questions. Um, the link is in my bio. So my bio. So if you want to follow my Instagram, my YouTube, it's on my bio there. Please reply. I didn't see your question. Sorry, Venka. If you want to ask again. Um. Okay. Okay, someone wants to join the live, but I won't do that today. Maybe I will open. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, I'll do one live, and I'll open for one of you to come and talk to me. What do you guys think? Would that be interesting? Not today because it's almost 10 o'clock here in Ireland, and I have to go to sleep. I do not speak Arabic besides Salam Aleikum. That's the only thing I know, and Habibi, and a few other things. Because in Brazil, ages ago, we had a TV channel that was in Morocco. The story was happening in Morocco, and I kind of learned a few things, but very little. But I love languages. I do love languages. That's why the name of the channel it's language learning, because I like learning new languages as well. My English is not my first language, and I would love to learn and to speak as much languages as possible. I think my brain cannot support as much now, but I'll definitely try to speak more and to learn new languages. And if one of you want to come and chat to me, I will open a new live another day just for that, and we can have a chat. Okay, guys? Guys, I think that's it for today because I overstayed really 50 minutes here on the live. I don't speak Turkish. I try to learn a few things, but it's very hard. I think I know mahaba. I think it's hi, how are you, mahaba. I understand a bit of Spanish because kind of similar to Portuguese, few things. I don't speak French besides je parle français, but I don't speak any French. And just a few things like j'adore. I love languages. I really do love languages. And one day I'll do a video attempting to do your languages, guys. You can send it to me, phrases, and I'll try to do a video just for that. If I could have a superpower, I would choose to speak and understand all the languages. I really would love that. I would love to get in a place where people would have no idea that they would think I'm a foreign, and then I just start speaking to them in their own language. I would love that. Guys, okay, that's it really. It's almost 10 o'clock. I loved doing this live with you guys today. Thank you. I'll see you next time, and I will open my next live for one of you to come and chat to me live. Okay? Guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much if you're there on Tweet or Facebook or YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. And guys, if you're there, don't forget to follow me on YouTube, please, so I can start monetizing my account. I need just about 400 followers. So help me there, please. Have a good evening, everyone. At least good evening here for me because it's almost 10 o'clock. Okay, see you next time. Thank you. Bye. See you. Let's see. And let's end here. Bye-bye.